Hi and welcome to Bytes and Bits. If you're a Commodore 64 fan, you're in for a real treat. YouTuber StatMatsVids has just released version 5 of his OneLoad64 games collection. Now this is a project where they are gradually transferring all of the Commodore 64 disc and tape games into cartridge format. And really what that means is that when you try and load a game, either in your emulator or if you're even going to do it on a real Commodore 64, instead of having to go through all of the load process and the time that takes, these will of course, as they are cartridges, pretty much boot up almost instantly. So the easiest way to get hold of this package then is to head across to this post on the Indie Retro News, and again I'll put that link down in the description. So if you scroll down here a bit, there is a video which shows the release of it, and you're going to need to get to that. But to do that, you do need to be a subscriber to his YouTube channel. So that is the only payment you need to make to him. Just simply subscribe, which of course is free, and then you will be able to play the video. So if you head across to his YouTube channel, just simply hit that subscribe button. When you first subscribed, or at least when I first subscribed, the video popped up straight away. But if not, once you've subscribed, just come back to this page here, click on the link here, and then go and view it on YouTube, which I am doing over here. So let's have a look. Okay, so once you get to that, there is a link in the description of that for the actual download. So again, I'll not show that because I do advise, just to help support him, please do go and subscribe to the channel. But if we have a look at the download package, so it comes down as a zip file, and you simply need to extract that. And then you have a whole range of files here which you can use. So in the main folder, you'll find a lot of these .crt files, and these are then the sort of over 2,000 games which have been converted into these cartridge files. And you'll find pretty much everything you can think of in there. Definitely all of the bigger games have been done, and say that they are working through gradually, trying to find any ones that they've missed and then converting those into CRT files as well. There are also a range of other files, but if you look in the docs folder, you'll find that there is actually a README file in there, and that will talk you through what each of those are and how to use them. So again, there's a range of files for use with different sort of emulators and hardware emulators and actual real SD card loaders for your real Commodore 64. So do have a look through that. So let's have a look at actually how this works and how well it works on some emulators. So probably the most popular Commodore 64 emulator is Vice. Now, if you haven't tried that out, please do have a look at my installation and setup video to get yourself up and running. But let's start in Vice, and from there we can actually open it up and get it to load a tape image. So let's select Uridium here and let that go. So you can see then that it is simulating the loading of the game from tape. And there you can see we are loading in the initial tape image, and that should eventually come up with a loading screen in a wee while. And there we are, and now we have this progress bar which is very slowly making its way across, and really we have to sit here and watch this while that game loads in from tape. So if I just speed that process up a bit, because it is going to take about 2.5 minutes, but eventually then of course the loading finishes and we are into our game. So that's it on tape. If we now switch across to cartridge and load the same Uridium game from there, you can see we now have instant access to our game. So that then of course is the advantage of using the cartridge, where it is effectively emulating a piece of memory being attached into the computer. So if we have a look at a different setup then, this is a replica Commodore 64 that I made using a Raspberry Pi and a bare metal emulator called BMC64. And you can see here that if I now jump into this as well, I can load in a cartridge, and again, we have instant access to our game with 0 waiting time. So there we have a great package of cartridges then for you to have a bit of a play with. So please do head across and download that. If you haven't yet had a play with Commodore 64 emulation, please do have a look at one of my videos. There are some great games out there for you to have some fun with. So I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please do click that like button and do consider subscribing to the channel. I look forward to seeing you again very soon, and bye for now. For more games programming, electronics projects and retro gaming, please make sure you like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel and visit my website.